Hi, I'm Emily Talbot and this is my brother James.
Hi.
Today we're doing a live kids seminar on fish. Feel free to ask questions during or after the seminar, and don't worry if you miss it. You can still comment questions on YouTube or Facebook and we'll try to answer them. Firstly, ensure your aquarium is big enough for the fish you select. Like, you need to know how big they grow and don't get too many or not enough fish.
So it's just like putting a shark in a goldfish tank.
Yes, don't do that. If you put too many fish in a tank, it'll affect the water quality. And if you don't put enough, they'll probably end up fighting each other and end up stressed. Ensure your fish are likely to get along.
So don't put two fighting fish in the same tank or they'll fight. Because of the name, fighting fish.
One way to make sure that your fish will get along is make a wish list of fish you want in your tank. Then bring it over to, say, Majestic Aquariums, and they'll tell you whether those fish are Another thing you must do is make a sack where if a fish is, make sure your biggest fish cannot swallow your smallest fish.
Yep.
Ensure you have enough oxygen for your fish. Make sure you have enough filtration for the fish you have. You need to know how and when to clean your filter. Most people clean their filters around every 2 to 4 weeks. And you clean them by getting a bucket of tank water and just rinsing it out.
And how do you not want to clean it, James?
You don't want to clean it with soap.
Good. And how else?
Or with tap water.
Good.
Because most fish can't survive over a day with tap water instead of tank water.
And no soap.
Yes.
Make sure you have the correct lights. You need to know what lights you need and how often you should have them on. I suggest having them on around 8 hours a day. Passion is governed by knowledge. The more you learn about fish, the more you enjoy them and are rewarded by them. Trading fish is you need to maintain passion. Change is king.
What happens if you keep the same fish too long, James?
Then apparently you get bored of the fish, so then you just won't look after it as good, I'm guessing.
Yep.
How to feed them. You need to know what to feed, how much to feed, and when to feed them. What to feed. You should feed good quality food like Danichi or Spectrum. How much to feed. Feed them how much you think, and if it's not all gone in 30 seconds, feed them a little less. When to feed. Don't feed them every day, but around 5 times a week.
And when's the best time to feed, James?
In the mornings, when you wake up.
Know how to test their water. If you don't test your water, regularly bring in a sample of water to your local aquarium or Majestic Aquarium's Tarrant Points. Record your water test in a logbook. This way we can know what you've done and what you haven't done. How to look after them. Know how and when to do water changes, gravel clean, draft clean, and clean your pump. Most people do water changes around every 2 to 4 weeks. And
How much water do they normally change?
Pardon?
How much water do they normally change?
Change about a quarter of the tank. Yeah, do gravel. How and when to do gravel cleans. Clean your gravel with a gravel cleaner every time you do a water change. Clean your glass whenever it gets dirty, or you can just buy catfish, which will do it for you. Clean your pump. I forgot how to do that.
Yeah, well, there's a little impeller inside the pump that people want to clean. You pull the impeller out and give it a clean.
How to identify and treat fish disease. What you're best off doing is if you notice something odd in your tank, Take a video and a water sample down to Majestic Aquariums or any local fish aquarium, and they will tell you what's wrong and how to treat it.
And should you have a lid on your fish tank, James?
Yes, you should pretty much always have a lid. You should nearly always have a lid, otherwise the fish might jump out.
And which fish jumps out? Usually your favourite one.
Majestic angels.
It's all about balance and capacity. You need to know how much water your aquarium can take, how much oxygen and filtration it needs, and size and number of fish that you put in.
And to measure the size of your tank, if you measure the height by the width, by the length in centimetres divided by 1,000, then that'll give you litres, and that'll give you some idea of what to do. And when you're buying filters, how big should you buy them?
I don't know.
Bigger the better.
You need to know your equipment and how to use it. There are certain things like salt, water ranger, buffer, food, and much more that you need to know how to use before you get an aquarium.
And what do you do if you don't know something?
If you don't know something, just either search it or ask someone from your local aquarium.
Yep.
Change is king. If you're getting bored of your fish, you can trade it in. And if you do this, you won't get bored of your fish, and they'll keep you entertained.
So if you can walk past your fish tank without looking at it, what should you do?
You should get new fish. Know how and where to get help. If your aquarium is not running perfectly, bring a sample of your aquarium water and a video of your tank running to Majestic Aquarium's Tarrant Point. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Majestic Aquariums TV. We're the largest aquarium YouTube channel in the world.
And the fish and the Majestic angel on that looks weird. Because it's thin. Or whatever.
Anything else you guys want to contribute to keeping fish?
That's it.
So the secret is really balance. So what you want to do is make sure that you don't do anything too much. Don't change too much water at a time. Don't feed too much. Don't add too many fish at once. You want to do everything nice and slow and patiently. And what should you do before you buy fish every time?
Every time before you buy fish, make sure they're compatible with your fish you already have.
Yes, and bring a sample of your water and a little video of your tank running down to Majestic Aquariums so we can check that everything's going to work out.
We'll see you on the next one.
Say bye, James.